Saoirse and Florence, I found Amy and Joe's fights so emotional. And I felt like, they were fighting, but actually they just loved each other like so much, and you could really feel that. So I'm interested to hear, why do you think family members and sisters express love in such volatile and crazy ways?
I think because they're just in such close proximity with one another all the time. And when you're with someone and you spend that much time with them, you're going to go through stages where, like, you almost feel like you do hate them a little bit because you love them so much, And I do think that these two... But no, I mean, I think the... Yeah, no, I love you. Do I? I think that the two of them in particular, I do think they actually challenge each other in a way that the other girls don't, because their energies are so similar. And I think when you have someone that you're close to that reminds you of you, you kind of fight against it a bit.
Also, I think in families, because you've grown up with them, there's never any need to be polite, and so actually you are kind of your rawest person with them, it's like, if you don't know someone, you're not going to tell them that they look shit right now. But if it's your brother or your sister, you're going to be like, I don't like that outfit. You look like crap. And so it's kind of like the ultimate amount of love, because you're being so horrid in a funny way. But yeah.
You'd have to explore that.
Sisters, though, because I'm an only child, but like my best mate growing up had a younger sister who I felt like was my younger sister, and they were like violent towards each other, like they hurt each other.
But you do that thing where you smack I've got a sister 7 years younger than me, and because we're so just close, I sometimes forgot that she was tiny, and we'd play slaps, and sometimes I'd slap her and she'd go and I'd go, oh no, very fun,
I don't know my own strength.
But there's that like instant thing of where you realise that they're actually really fragile, and you actually didn't mean to hurt them at all. You're like,
My brother pretended to hit me with a guitar, but then just actually hit me with a guitar. It was great.
It was great. I love that.
I love him so much. Timothy, you and Saoirse have such a beautiful rhythm in this film. I feel you're dancing all the time, obviously when you're actually dancing, but then the proposal scene was so... I felt like I was swirling around you and just full of that world. So I'm interested to hear how you guys block those sort of scenes, how much of it is rehearsed and how much of it is just like fiery in the moment.
Well, I do feel especially proud of that proposal scene as it relates to the blocking, and not that one should be proud about technicalities, but that was a thing where we just had a huge field, and I think Greta laid a track down, and it was like, all right, we're definitely gonna use this track, and now we just gotta figure out the rest of it. And it was just like a brainstorm that was time friendly, and we just rehearsed it a bunch of times, but wouldn't rehearse it we're just trying to get the steps of it, so I don't know if there's a good answer to that, but just...
There was sort of as well, though, like 3 parts to the scene, so we knew that like the first section was going to be on the left-hand side of the track, uphill. The next bit...
stopped too.
Yeah, and then we stopped, and then the next bit was going to be on the other side, and then we were going to go around for the end. So we very kind of like organically figured that out, just based on like what felt right for us, and then it was great. She was like, okay, we're just going to let you go, and we did it like a bunch of times. We did it for hours and hours. It was great.
Do you need a cooling down period after that sort of scene?
Yeah, a little bit, and I feel like, I've said this about Saoirse before, but it really feels like athletic acting in the best sense as possible. It doesn't mean you're reaching for things or trying to, hit points, but I mean athletic acting between takes. So the substance of it is still hopefully an artistic representation of life, but the between take, I'm serious, like, it'll yell cut sometimes, and I feel like Saoirse's like a boxer going back to her corner and kind of like, getting ready for the next take, and it's good. It makes you match it, and it makes, I love working with Saoirse because I can see her brain in motion sometimes, but it's in such a way that's different than mine that it's weird in life or in acting, or just in life too. Sometimes you meet people that are like yourself and you think it's gonna blossom for some reason, but actually you're like, oh my God, I'm so horrible. I'm reminded of all the horrible things.
You're not horrible.
Oh, thank you.
You're a nice person.